That might change when I take the quiz at the end of the week though, so we'll see. I currently just finished my first official day of medical school. We had somebody in our class kind of like test positive at the end of orientation, so they moved our entire first week online to Zoom classes. Yesterday, I kind of went over and we had two main concepts to kind of review before our lectures today, and I did that, and I did them two separate ways. So we started with, we're in biochem right now, and we started with glycolysis for one way. So I read the lecture or the textbooks chapters and took notes and went over like the objectives and made sure that I understood it. And then for our second kind of our opposite of that pathway was gluconeogenesis. So then I went in and I did a bunch of I think it was like 2 or 3 boards and beyond videos, and I took notes on that, and then again made sure I got the key concepts. So right now I'm kind of like letting it sink in and process. I'll go back over lectures and kind of see what I retained more, whether that was reading the textbook or if it was the visual learning and using the videos, and then use that as another way to address the topics for tomorrow and Wednesday. I think it was just a lot. My brain is fried. I don't know. I don't want to say it was the sheer quantity of material, because it was kind of all just like review, especially from undergrad, and then going over the material last night and then doing the lectures. It's review. It's not really new material, but I think it was just the longevity. We had 6 different like Zoom meetings, lecture classes that we attended today, and it's a lot. I don't know if right now I want to go, and I was supposed to get my workout in this morning, but I just decided not to. I spent a little bit more time reviewing and like mentally preparing for the day, grabbing my coffee, kind of sitting quietly and just waiting for the Zooms to start. So I've got to get a workout in, and then I wanted to go to Target and pick some items up, primarily to stress bake, because I'm a baker and I didn't bring a baking pan, so I gotta go and get that. Overall though, I want to say that day 1 wasn't too terrible. I can definitely see how preparing for the lecture helped me to understand the actual lecture. Like I wasn't lost like I thought I would be. Sure, it's a fire hydrant of information, but I had a very large bucket. So that might change when I take the quiz at the end of the week though, so we'll see. I was gonna say good morning, but it's more like good afternoon. I woke up at 7 and kind of did some mindfulness work, meditated, and then looked over some prep notes. We had a learning module that we had to do on our own, so I ended up watching that video and taking notes and then attending lectures. So I didn't do any of the prep work for the interactive lectures. I wanted to see how it would be going in without doing anything. I found myself paying more attention and being able to like actively look at the lectures, whereas when I kind of took notes and taught it to myself, it was more of a review. So I guess there's those two things to consider. I do like the way that if I just watched the videos and kind of took notes on those rather than reading the textbook. I feel like the lectures so far, we've had 5 different ones, have been straight from the textbook. So being able to watch videos on different resources and then attending the lectures or watching the lectures later would give me that textbook material. So then I'll be having 2 resources for the same content. So I think that's what's gonna happen for tomorrow's prep video. I have a doctoring in clinical sciences, a docs course coming up at 1:30. So I'll make a little smoothie, probably do a quick shower, and then put on a professional top for that Zoom lesson. We're doing prep work. We're also gonna do a review of Monday's lectures. and then the preparatory work for Wednesday's lectures. And then I am meeting my mentor, my second year mentor today. They're having a couple, what's it called? Or they're having, I guess, like a watch party for Bachelor in Paradise, and I've never really been a Bachelor fan, so we'll see how it is. See you later. I didn't end up going over to the Bachelor in Paradise watch party at my mentor's. Instead, we had a nice FaceTime because, like I said, there's been like an outbreak at our M1 class. So our entire 210 students have to go in and test this week. So until we get those results, we just wanted to stay separate, but we met over FaceTime and it was pretty cool. And as of right now, I am, after talking to my mentor, she was just like, you know, she uses Anki a lot. And I know that I've never used it before. I'm a huge Quizlet person. When I was in grad school, like midterm, I did like actual flashcards or made Quizlet flashcards, never did the whole Anki thing. So this will be a experience. I'm hoping to prep for tomorrow's lectures using the Boards and Beyond videos and also Anki flashcards and seeing how I retain the information from there, and then also using that on Thursday and Friday to kind of review everything that I've done so far. We will see how this Anki journey unravels. So far there is a lot of like coding involved and downloading from different sites, from skimming Reddit. Thankfully, there was a student that went through this last semester that kind of put together this whole PowerPoint presentation. So very thankful to them. But for the most part, wish me luck. And if I don't see you guys later on, have a good rest of your night. Welcome back to day 3 of medical school. Overall, I kind of just woke up this morning and I was like, there's a lot that we need to know. We had a review, so I guess our learning is kind of going to be Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday is going to be tying up that week's concepts into practice problems or kind of like group applications and group discussions. So today, for sure, I want to be sure to like rewatch those videos, do some of those flashcards, and really just make a general concept map, like going back to my first aid book and making sure that I understand what's happening, so that tomorrow, Thursday's classes and Friday's classes aren't too bad. My family was like, how's everything going? Sent them that meme of, you know, somebody in the middle of a burning room just saying, everything's fine. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, it feels like I'm in an ocean, kind of like if you're ever, here's my nerdy lifeguard side, but if you're like ever caught in a rip current and you're struggling to make it back, but if you just go with the flow, go parallel to the shore, and you'll find yourself out of it. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm not trying to fight it. I'm not trying to use study methods from undergrad or grad school. I'm really just going it along, taking it by day or class by class, and just taking that content, really using a multitude of resources to kind of find what works for me. I talked to my big, who's an M2, and she was like, you know, take the first couple weeks to do that. It's okay if you're behind on content when it comes to the block exam. You'll be able to catch up just because we have a whole week off to study, but most importantly, just to make sure that whatever study strategies I adapt or create, I can follow through with that, and it'll help me for the rest of the semester, for the rest of the block, for the rest of this medical school journey. I'm about to log on here to our Doctoring and Clinical Skills class. That's a 3-hour lecture, and then from there, going again, doing watching those review videos and everything like that. So catch you guys on the flip side.